public sector banks still give the impression of a government bank. Private banks are a lot more, attractive. They reach them, they talk to them. Young people who spoke to me, not because I'm the finance minister, they know me even otherwise, did not name even one public sector bank. They are young, meaning they're less than 25, each one of them. They were very hesitant to say, public sector banks, ma'am, it's okay. It's not cool.
I've watched this so many times and I'm confused. Because at the same PSB confluence, we were told that public sector banks are perhaps in one of their strongest positions ever. NPAs are at historic lows, profits are at record highs, and these banks are expected to play a major role in the journey towards Viksit Bharat 2047. So just think about that contrast. Strong enough for Viksit Bharat, but not cool enough for Gen Z. And I noticed something when she said government banks, that expression, that disappointment. Because if you, being the finance minister and part of the government that owns these banks, say government bank with that kind of disappointment, then who exactly is supposed to change this government bank image? That also made me ask one simple question. What exactly makes a bank cool? Because when Gen Z says a private bank feels cool, I don't think they mean the ownership structure. They see a better app, a cleaner interface, a brighter branch, better furniture, faster computers, smoother processes. Basically, they see investment. And that's where I think this conversation needs to go. Because you cannot keep an organization running on aging infrastructure, make an employee struggle with slow systems, put 2-3 people behind a counter handling thousands of accounts, load them with customers, loans, recovery, compliance, audit, insurance, pension, and thousands of government schemes, and then ask, why don't you look cool? How will they? Modern banking requires modern investment. Investment in the premises, computers, software, servers, proper chairs, and workstations. Invest in staffing, invest in employee facilities. Because these are the same PSBs that delivered a record 1.98 lakh crore net profit in FY 25-26 with gross NPAs down to around 1.9%, a historic low. These are performing institutions. They're also doing the heavy lifting of financial inclusion. Also, a PSB doesn't choose only the premium looking customer. A farmer walks in, a pensioner walks in, a rickshaw driver walks in, a student walks in, a small businessman walks in, someone with rupees 500 crore walks in. That is not uncool. That is the strength of a public sector bank. The people expected to make a bank cool should probably be part of the conversation about how to make it cool. One more thing we conveniently leave out when we talk about Gen Z. Gen Z also wants something banking has struggled to give its own employees for years, a life after work. And somewhere down the line, you need to ask, are we building a workplace young people would actually choose? Because without that change, you may make the app look cooler, you may renovate the branch, you may launch another youth campaign, but the institution itself will still feel old. Share this if you think making PSBs cool must begin with fixing what employees have been saying for years.